Marvel Rivals has a balancing problem, and the solution feels impossible? Maybe not, but it's certainly risky. Welcome, my name is Flygist, and I like sharing my opinions on stuff that no one cares about. Also, let me preface this video by saying you will never, and I mean never, make everyone happy no matter how you balance any game. That's never happened. Now, having said this, let's dive into the meat and potatoes of the topic. Lately, there's been a lot of discussion around, well, game balance, the frequency at which heroes are released, and the, well, quote-unquote favoritism towards certain heroes, like, I don't know, Luna Snow or Poke Slop. Personally, I kinda like the balance of the season. I do agree that they kinda gotta dive, but it's still okay. So, I understand why some people don't like the balance. Now, in this video, I want to go over what I think are some of the three biggest problems in the Rivals community right now. Those being triple support, the dive versus support thing or whatever, and the question of if this is like just a casual game or is trying to be competitive. Triple support has been a problem since people discovered how busted it was back in like season 1, maybe 1.5, when the rest comp was a thing. We all remember that was horrible. Now, the problem with triple support is that it's an extremely difficult, almost impossible composition to balance. Personally, I see a few routes that the devs can take. The first one is going full into supports that heal little and lower even more their healing in exchange for some different buffs either in damage or utility. The second option is however the opposite. Lower some of the strategy's damage in exchange for higher healing output. The third one is just straight up introducing roll Q, which is something that Guang Guang and the devs have said that they don't want to, but Q times and whatever. So I kinda doubt that that will ever be a thing, because it also brings problems with limiting teams to only 2 supports, which basically just disables half of the strategist roster overall. At the end of the day, the problem with triple support and why it's so annoying is that it's just unbeatable if you don't match it. And the counters to it are very limited, especially since there are so many damage buffing heroes. So the only answers I see are to either rework like half of the strategists in the game, limit them to like 2 max, or, which I think is what everyone would like, give more counterplay, which I think Blade was a good start. And when people ask for more counterplay to triple support, what they usually mean is just stronger dive. So if you've been online at all, at least in the, I don't know, last year or something, you probably have realized that like most dive players hate supports and just want to look at them and kill them. And most supporters just hate getting killed by a dive because how are they supposed to react? And personally, I think that dive is a necessary evil. The same way as Wolverine terrorizes me on my 17th solo game tanking in a row, I think that dive is a good and healthy for the game. Like, it needs to be there. Now, there's always nuance in this, like in everything. Let's be honest, dive is straight up annoying and easy to overtune. Nobody likes being dove. It is what it is. Now, personally, for me, I think that a role model to follow when it comes to dive is Magic. Magic is, in my opinion, a very balanced and honest hero. She can kill you quickly, she has pretty good neutral, good survivability, and even can cancel support ults with her own ult if you're good enough. However, she's still very easily counterable, and she can be dealt with kind of easily. Now, on the other side of this table are the so-called unkillable supports, which it exists. You see a lot of clips online of people complaining that they can't kill supports, and it's like a clip of 2 supports staring at each other and just patty caking. That's just stupid. I mean, if 2 supports are looking at each other, just you are doing your job. You're taking away the attention from the whole enemy team. You're good. And I think that if you personally think that any single character without an ultimate should automatically kill a support, then I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Just, I don't know. Another good character that I like to highlight is Cap. Cap has been in discussions lately because every streamer is putting them in S tier, which I agree, but I don't think it's the thing that he's unbalanced. He's just good and annoying. Cap is the closest thing to a mosquito that we're having in the game. He just pops up, he's annoying, you see him, he's a big target, you cannot kill him, and he just takes the attention from every single buddy in the team. But it's not like he does a ton of damage. His main job is to distract enemies. Just take their attention to him so that their tanks can just die. Now, as for the question of how to balance this, I don't think you can. Not in the current state of the game. You can't make everybody happy. So if you really just want to erase the debate on between sports and dive, you either have to like completely delete dive or buff it so that they can kill anything and everything all the time. Also, yes, you do need the supports need a nerf, but that comes later. Now, I think this is also a good leeway into my next point of the game having a middle point in between very casual and very competitive. I think Marvel Rivals fundamentally lacks an idea of what type of game it wants to be. It's in a weird state of trying to be very casual and appeal to everybody, while also maintaining pro players and very high ranks happy with the balance. And being honest, they have to choose if they want to move forward. Personally, I always thought that balancing should be done for pros and good players. Why? Because they're the ones that care the most about balance. A bronze player isn't going to care if their character gets nerfed. They don't even know it happened. However, doing this does require a game to have at least a few entry-level heroes in each role and archetype, and yes, those heroes should probably never be the best or top tier. I'm looking at you, Rocket. I hope you get a nerf. However, I also understand NetEase's need of pandering to casuals because, I mean, we are playing a Marvel game, the Marvel, so of course it's gonna attract a lot of people to the game that maybe haven't played hero shooters or it's their first time. So to balance this, I think that a good thing that they could add is an unranked mode, because honestly, quick play sucks. Quick play is horrible in this game. It sometimes playing quick play feels sweatier and worse than straight up comp. However, I think that an unranked mode, which basically would have similar matchmaking to ranked, but just simply not show a rank, would do pretty well for the community, because I know that some people don't like seeing their worth, quote unquote, on a screen, and they just want to play the game and enjoy it. But, I mean, Jesus Christ, quick play is miserable. All in all, Marvel Rivals has gone through seasons on end of everybody complaining about everything, and honestly, that will never change. Because, I mean, this game's player base genuinely feels like it's full of 3-year-olds. Anyways, thank you for listening to my yapping session, and go follow me on TikTok and Twitch. I will be live streaming once in a while. Thank you for watching the video. Bye bye. Tell me your thoughts in the comments.